Hello everybody, welcome back to an episode of Trails Beyond the Horizon. In the last part, we continue our stint across Tharbad. We took on some Force BGs, talked to some friends, all that kind of fun jazz, saw some movies. We got one more Force BG we gotta do before we can continue to do the connection events, so let's go bang that out real quickly. Hey man. I need some... Alright, man. Excuse me, are we right to assume you posted a request on the bulletin board recently? Oh, I know you folks. You've been around the Mola quite often these past few days, haven't you? So you're the ones accepting Force BGs? Yep, that's us. Anyway, just get down to the nitty-gritty here. You said they've been having counterfeit tokens in the casino lately, right? Unfortunately, yes. I can't speak about the matter too loudly, of course, but know that these are extremely grave circumstances. If you don't mind, I'd like to discuss the nature of these requests a bit further, if you will all. Do you have a moment? Yes. Alright, sure. Sounds like you're in the right pretty tight bind here, so let's hear it. Kindness is much appreciated. Now, if you would please follow me. The token you see on the left is one we use in our casino. The one on the right, however, is a counterfeit. Hard to tell just by looking at them. Are you sure it's actually a fake? When we showed it to an appraiser, we found a difference in design that could be attributed to a miscalculation of measurement during manufacturing. They were also able to determine that, due to the impurities the counterfeits contain, they were slightly heavier than the authentic counterparts. Minute as these detailed differences are, however, even I'm unable to distinguish between the two. And neither are dealers, unfortunately, which has resulted in these counterfeits being used in our slot machines. So now they're mixed in with the real tokens, huh? And they're circulating in the casino. The fact that they're created counterfeit tokens rather than counterfeit mirror likely means they're concerned about authorities taking notice. Frankly, I applaud their forethought in the matter. Not the time, Rufus. Anyway, I'm assuming most of your guests are completely clueless about this whole thing. That's correct. Yes, and that's why we have been so far unable to figure out where exactly the counterfeits are coming from. Perhaps we found a way to identify them at a glance so we could limit their use, but as it stands, it's a bit difficult to explain the matter to our customers, so the casino simply had to absorb the loss of profit. Truthfully, a further influx of these counterfeits in the future might just affect our ability to operate outright. Alright, I think we've got the general sense of their situation now. We'll do some investigating to see if we can't suss anything out. Luckily, I've just got the connections for the job. Talk about Jack and Hale. Oh, those gamblers, right? If anyone knows anything about casinos, it's those two. It's probably a bit early for us to meet up, but it should be fine to give them a quick call at least, right? I'd say so. Mind if we take this token with us? By all means. And again, thank you very much for your attention to the issue. Well then. You know what? You know that's not the counterfeit, right? I can't even call Jack and Hale. Just got those pixies sent, Kevin. Thing's a real piece of work. You seen it while you were helping that lady earlier? Can't say I did. If the material they're made of is different and so is their weight, I would have noticed the moment I touched them. But honestly, anyone but me would be hard-pressed to tell at a glance. I got the sense the master behind these things had a single-minded resolve about this plan, and we were determined to see it succeed, by any means. Now, why do you sound so impressed? But you know, that rumor. Oh, here's something you could use. While we were gathering intel for you earlier, we happened to hear something that's kind of been nagging at me ever since. See, apparently there's this token shop that's cropped up in Tharbad recently. Claims to be a place where you can buy casino tokens on the cheap. They change their location pretty frequently, though, and they only sell to people who've heard about them on the mobile net. Didn't seem relevant to what we were looking for at the time, so we didn't pay much into mind, but maybe. No, there's no question about it. They've got to be the ones we're looking for, right? A counterfeit token shop, huh? Well, I can't imagine that anyone else fit the bill. And if they are spreading those rumors about themselves in the mobile net, tracking them down should be a piece of cake. We just happen to know the latest rumor about the shop's location. According to what was supposedly posted by them this morning, Look where all the hubbub's been happening in that entertainment district. Find me and you'll be in for some maximum deals. Maximum deals? Interesting hint. What are we talking about? Looks like you already figured it out already. Well, guess I'll let the infringers few slide just this once. Anyway, we still got some business to take care of, so good luck with the rest, alright? Thanks, you two. See you later. But the rumor has been making the rounds since this morning. It may be best for us to hurry. Right, let's catch those crooks. Then we can force them to teach us how to make the counterfeits of our own. Really? Come on, kids. Let's get searching. Oh boy. Was there something else? Something else in the shop I could have bought too. Well, I gotta go back there anyway, so. This is the venue for the Maximum Ninja event. Could the shop be around here? Maybe they're using all the commotion as cover. Yeah, feels like we're onto something. 1, 2, 3. Yes, 8,000 mirror exactly. Alright, here you are, 1,000 tokens. Thanks for doing. Oh, it's this fucking lady again. Nice! But maybe I bought too many. Well, at least I got them on a discount. 8 mirror each instead of using the usual 10. You know, actually though, I thought taking these things out of the casino was prohibited. How? Afraid of the trade secret, kiddo. If you find yourself needing some more, I'll be in Darby a while longer. Just keep an eye out, alright? Will do. Thanks a lot. Ah, it's that fucking old woman again. She never learns. Is she the token shop? I think the person in charge will be an old lady. What's wrong, you two? Ah, well, I'm getting this weird feeling. It's just when you investigate the tokens the young man purchased. Let's split up then. Rufus, Lapis, come with me to talk to the guy. As for you two, can I count you to track down that old lady? I imagine she's got a base in the area where she keeps her stock. Can you find out where it is for us? Can't afford to lose sight of it right now. Sure, no sweat. We're all over it. Good luck, you two. Let us rendezvous at a later time. This fucking lady. This lady just never learns. She never learns. There she is. Wonder where she's going. Let's be careful following her. Don't want her catching on to us. This fucking lady, she just never learns at all. Alright. Where are you going, lady? And he walks. Oh. What do you mean? I lost her. She was right there. I caught up to her. Damn, she took off fucking running. Shit. Oh, damn, I didn't expect her to take off in a full fucking sprint. I thought, Timir and Coin, the gospel is looking out for me. Samira, this old lady's got sticky fingers, that's for certain. Whoa. Ah, they caught me off guard. She couldn't be doing this on purpose, could she? I'm surprised she didn't see us. We were right there. Blind as a bat. She's blind as a bat. Better get some distance ahead. How can I hide when she's fucking right there? Oh, this fucking old lady. This fucking old lady. Ba-da, 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 This fucking old lady. She's batshit crazy. What do you mean it was lost? I was right there. Oh, horse shit. God damn it. Stealth sections. Come on, guys. You're supposed to be former assassins. You should be good at this kind of thing. Alright, let's try this again. This fucking lady. This lady's blind as a fucking bat. She can move or what? What the? Holy shit! God damn, she takes off fucking running. God damn, this fucking lady. And this is probably one of the most annoying stealth sections I've had to fucking do in this game. stealth section's so fucking annoying, dude. Holy shit, she fucking takes off running. She's so fast. You know, she's talking about the speed of a bullet? Why am I getting deja vu here? God damn, she's so fucking fast. Good lord. She fucking takes off. Like my mom. Why don't you come to a place like this? Maybe she's trying herself to the bathroom for all the hard work she's done. But I mean, if she's in the women's baths, we're in trouble. We need to make sure that doesn't happen. Keep on answer, you friggin' creeps! Oh, shit's just so bad I go to the strip club! What? That voice. There's no doubt about it. That old con artist crone. I just know about... Wait a second. Aren't you those brands that work with Beauty's Blade? How dare you show your face in front of me? If it wasn't for you, I'd have never ended up in a dent with the Kingpin. Well, you reap what you sow. You should have just trashed those fake T-phones in the first. Have a little sympathy for the elderly, would you? Goodness gracious, if all young people nowadays were like you two, they were focusing for a dire future. I tell you, the goddess must be heartbroken. Seriously? You're bringing up the goddess now? I can't believe this lady. She can talk all she wants, but she really is the one responsible for all those counterfeit tokens. We can make this quick. This is a new business venture of yours. Trying to put your experience as a splinter to good use again. I was wondering why you were in Tharbad. So, you're trying to interfere with my business again, are you? That it? You're not that important. We just happened to pick up this 4SPG while we're in the area. Doesn't look like she's got any flunkies with her this time around. Come on, let's nab her ass. Like everybody who brats get one over me again. You think this old dog doesn't learn new tricks? Think again! Chrono Drive! Why couldn't we move? How'd you get so fast? You held ace up my sleeve. You got made enough cash and thyroid by now. High time to hit the road. Chow squirts. Tripper. What was that? Divine Wind? I actually think it was that old lady we saw earlier. Kevin! Sorry, we screwed up. Can't believe you had a Zypha. One of the friggin' speed enhancer, no less. What the heck are you talking about? You can explain the situation once you've taken a deep breath, you two. We'll catch her soon enough. Sometime later. God damn, look at her go! Looks like I managed to shake him. Buying that black market Zect arms deck really did pay off in spades. Oh, catch her to now I'm Beauty's Blade. They'll never guess my stock's this far out of the city. Burn the midnight oil to create these molds, so you better believe I'm gonna use them. Maybe I'll head to Alzheimer's Entertainment District next. Afraid this is where you go, lady. What? Who found you? Thanks for leading us to your stash, Granny. How'd you find me? There's no way you could have seen me leave the city. That's where your our boss's cunning comes in. You see, when we passed me by earlier, I managed to slip a single counterfeit token in your clothes. What? When we received it from the casino, I registered its data from a Zypha, just in case you understand. With that given from the hand, it was only a matter of time of utilizing shard search and a map application got us straight to you, and it seemed your entire supply. Split-second decision making. New teaming up was a great call. So, Megisa, was it? You're not going anywhere. Not even with that gimmick of yours. Hell. Huh? Oh no. Go to hell! This always happens. First it was the special support section, then those stupid inspectors from the Empire. I mean, don't you feel the least bit shame of scheming against a frail woman like me? Well? My ears are ringing. Whoa, guess even Rosenberg Tech isn't immune to her voice. What a stupid question. What do you think you're dealing with here, lady? We're not lucky, but all of us here are former inhabitants of the underside of society. You think I give a rat's ass who you are? I'm a black market trader, for God's sake. I spent half a century exploring the sweet flavor of the triumph, the bitter taste of loss. And I'm never giving this life up. So don't ever mess with me with the con artist crone again, you hear? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Knew she was planning something. I hadn't realized you'd prepare for the occasion. Just a few Zactron products from the black market. Oh, let's screw this up, bots. I refuse to lose. Come on, let's end this. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, not you. Of course I missed, naturally. Why wouldn't I hit it? Why wouldn't I hit him? Alright. Oh, come on. How much HP does it have left? I guess I'll never know. My trump card! How dare you! That's checkmate, Magisa. And... Huh! My business! The mold I worked so hard on! Phew, what a relief. Though I can't say I'm a fan of the whole setting everything on fire bit. Yeah, I mean, I know they're all just counterfeits, but should we at least collect the field's evidence? Well, it says it for the police. We have no real obligation to do anything more than what was requested of us. That being said, dealing with her would also fall under... Ah, she's gone. There she goes. Over there! How'd she move so fast? I'll get you back from the sun down, you brats! Mark my words! But wait a minute! Ignoring the hockey parting threat. Do you seriously plan on running through the desert? Of course I do! Remember what I said before? As long as there's a ground beneath my feet, there'll always be somewhere for me to run. Or in the east, I'll even run to the or is the world! Remember this scum, the way of the counterfeit will never die! Should we go after her? Seeing as we've still got more important thing business to take care of, I'm gonna say no. Plus, she keeps heading straight, she'll make it to the capital. Or Awkward will deal with it. Probably. Oh. This is what they call passing the butt. Honestly, even if we did catch her, she'd probably just escape again. And anyway, if she really does end up running through the desert, I doubt we'll have anything to worry about her. We'll doubt we'll have to worry about her ever again. I wouldn't be so sure. After all, it seems she truly is, as the kids say, the real deal. Ironic, considering she's a purveyor of counterfeit goods. Alright, I don't need to be such a wise guy. That lady just never learns. I see. So you're able to cop the flow of the counterfeit tokens at the source. I have my deepest gratitude for your swift act on the matter. It was a piece of cake. It took a lot of us, though. But even though there were counterfeit tokens coming from the casino, hundreds have been mixed in with the authentic ones, right? We spoke to the young man who bought counterfeits from the culprit earlier. He gave us even samples to use as references. With this many, we should be able to pinpoint a more efficient way to identify them. though. Actually, extricating them was another issue, I suppose. And of course, it was the matter of the customers who bought counterfeits on the assumption they were a legitimate article as well. Well, I could think of a solution that could account for all our concerns. What's the best option for dealing with the counterfeit tokens here in our circulation? I mean, everything's kind of like even so far, so have the fakes turned in. Well, when you figured out how to identify them, how about asking your customers to turn in the counterfeits in themselves? That way the casino wouldn't have to deal with the heavy lifting, and the customers wouldn't have to be able to use tokens anymore. Two birds with one stone. Yes, but then the burden would fall on the customers who were deceived. As I see it, the fault lies first and foremost with those who bought the counterfeit tokens at a discount. I assume they were all well aware they were aiding a fraudulent actor, and that they chose to do so anyway. Yeah, got that impression from the guy we talked to at least. Anyway, I just think my suggestion might be the safest bet for the casino, don't you? Yeah, if it wasn't for your fault in the first place, you shouldn't be losing money for it. You see, I suppose that's one way to look at it. There will be likely some confusion in the matter, but perhaps we'll consider discussing this course of action further. Nobody to please everyone. Well, that's just how 4SPGs go, I guess. There's not going to be an answer here, you know. So as long as you're satisfied, that's all that matters. Yes, perhaps you're right, young lady. Thank you for your help today, everyone. And please, feel free to enjoy our casino to your heart's content during your stay here in Tharbad. Oh boy, that woman just never fucking learns. And the fact that she's a recurring character from Crossbell is funny too. She just can't catch a break. Alright. Raisins. Raisins. Alright. 4SPGs are out of the way. So we got connection events we gotta do now. So let's do those real quick. First off, alright, let me see here. Lapis is kind of lagging behind, so I'm going for this from you guys. Karen's group decided to take a short break. Everyone's, why do I read this? Wow, so this is maximum energy. I wonder what it tastes like. Hope you'll check out Perfect Driver Zero too, young lady. Make sure not to drink too much of that. It's loaded with caffeine. Maybe I'm in no position to ask to just tag along, but is this really okay to drink? You know, for a kid. Young though she may be, she is also a Rosenberg doll. She may find the ingredients to be stimulating, but she should have no trouble neutralizing the effects. Probably. Shouldn't you be sure? What are you yapping about? Let's hurry up and try it. Oh my, I've never tasted anything like this before. After the initial producing flavor, sugar and citrus race through the mouth. I can see it serving as a good mixer for alcohol. Phew, I'm surprised you enjoyed it. I'll say, I definitely feel more awake now after taking a sip. This stuff's loaded with caffeine, so you definitely gotta be careful not to drink too much. What do you think, Lapis? Lapis? Oh boy. Lapis? Is she drunk? Oh god, what's wrong with her eyes? What's your deal, young lady? Please calm down. What the hell's going on? Her arrogant tone somewhat resembles the way she spoke when she was Altera 4 months ago. Ah, I saw that name in the files. Oh boy. The body has maintained steady mobility even after absorbing the caffeine. However, it may not have been accounted for arginine in the beverage. The data of her past arrogant personality appears to have been brought to the forefront of her body's processing for the chemical. Are you kidding me? How can you be so calm? Are we gonna be okay? Well, as far as we can tell, I can tell she still seems to be alive beside her core. As long as she can recover from the state of intoxication. Oh boy, Rufus, what are you standing around for? I demand more energy drinks. Negotiate these men, make them hand over everything at once. As you wish, my lady. Wait, now you're a butler? Kevin continued to chide Rufus even as he managed to lead Lapis away from the stand. Then they had to watch over her body until her body began to naturally break up the arginine. Oh boy. This feels amazing! This pool is really without equal. Why is my wallet the one that has to suffer? My apologies. Please consider this one of your business expenses. You're a cunning bastard. What is the meaning of this slot machine? It won't allow me to win. Fine, I'll do this my way. Look, Rufus, not all our minor problems have been solved. You hacked it. I say, I've never considered the option. I'm sure Nadia will be quite pleased. Okay, stop. The security's giving us a stink eye. Just leave everything here and let's scram. Oh boy. I shall acquire the tasty delicacies in this bazaar. I am feeling rather parched after eating all those kebabs. It's time for another energy drink. How about we try some of that cold tea from the food truck over there instead? Oh, most fabulous idea. Hurry and buy some for me. My gosh, the girl's so cute! I think she's from rich family. That guy was with her in the sunglasses. He's such a hottie. Excuse me, sir, but who are they? Would they be interested in debuting as actors? Sorry, but they're not interested. Just talking like sticking out like sore thumbs. She conked out. She's finally calmed down. The body is like in the final stages of processing the arginine. Rosenberg technology is truly astounding. Don't think I've forgotten how much you left all the annoying stuff to me. I'm grateful, Kevin. As I am but an attendant at the end of the day, it can be difficult for me to act against the will of my mistress. I'm starting to feel bad for Swin and Nadia. Rufus, thanks for everything. Nadia, and Swin too. She really loves you guys, huh? Can't say I understand how your relationship works. You got a once heinous criminal of the Empire, 2 ex-garden assassins, and the product of an apparent aberrant singularity. Each one of you is practically a heretic, and yet you've gotten together like it's no big deal. Indeed. 2.5 years ago, I could not have foreseen the path I'd walk. I lost my position, my home, and even my nation. Even so, I'm quite fond of what I have now. This life I've made for myself after the crossbow incidents. Or should I say, with this life I stumbled into. I suspect she feels the same way. But now she's once again trying to change, to grow. To discover what her heart truly wants. Hey Rufus. I sure you really want to let her dirty her hands with all this. One of her friends is close to connect to our target. There's no telling how this could corrupt Lapis. Lead her away from the girl she's trying to become. You're one to talk, aren't you? A job to job. You do not intend to neglect our obligations.
私はやれる。何のためらいもなく。何せ私はルーファス・アルバレアだから。そして人ではない彼女もまた完遂できるという考えも変わらない。だが主は彼女であり、私はあくまで従者だ。従者は主の命に従うのが当然。それは念頭に置いておいてくれたまえ。
So you're saying you might back out if Lapis changes her mind? Sure, pain in the neck. True, but I'm afraid you have me beat in that regard. You keep going out of your way to worry about us during our hands, all while you struggle to choke down the thought of doing so yourself. Well, whatever, it's fine. You've only ever been tools for me from the get-go. So I'll use however I need to in order to complete my mission.
こちらこそよしなに。
ルーファス、ケビン？あれ？私、何して？おはよう。お腹すいた。
やれやれ、元に戻ったか。アルテラも割と面白かったんやけど。
ならばちょうどよかった。実は念のため先ほどの正確データをフォローとしてバックアップしていてね。せっかくだから今後も利用させてもらうとしようか。
さらっと言うとるけどいつの間にちゃっかりしすぎやろ。
Cool. Lapis having blown out some steam by going on some of a rampage, simply shrugged. And then, oh boy. Oh, I got Altera! Let's check that out real quick. Altera. Ooh. Arts. Strength plus 10. Oh, that's pretty good. Strength. That's pretty good, actually. Broadly enhances one's trump card. That's pretty good. It's pretty good, actually. Unfortunately, I don't know who I would give that to right now. Alright. Got one more connection we gotta do. Let's see. Nadia. Huh? You want me, the heretic hunter, to coach you on how to use concealed weapons? Exactly. I mean, sure, you're the heretic hunter again now, but when you think about it, you made a decision to put that life away just like us. I guess so. You could say I'm sort of the trendsetter. Now you get it. I figured maybe you could teach me a thing or two about non-lethal application of concealed weapons. Well, it'd be lying if I said I didn't want to see some of your garden techniques too. Alright, fine. I can run you through the basics. To start with, where do you hide those needles of yours? Usually in my sleeves. That way when I need to use them, I could just slip them right out. And if I need to be extra stealthy, I hide them inside a Baron Bear. Gotcha. You got the right idea, but remember, metal detectors are pretty common these days. And there are people who will inspect your bear the second they see it. It's the perfect place to hide stuff after all. That's why I do this. Wait, where'd that come from? I had it in my belt. It's an extra ultra thin dagger made out of special metal. You could say I was inspired by the urumi, a whip-like sword from the southeast. Since it's thin and flexible, I can hide it in the leather of the belt without poking myself. But that doesn't mean it isn't sharp. Plus, if someone catches it with a metal detector, they'll just think it's part of the belt. Wow, I didn't see that coming. I figured you just hid your weapon in your shoes or something. Now let's see what you do if you were passing your target on the street. Okay, I'm a pro at that. Huh. Exactly what I expected. That'd get a normal person just fine, but you have to get into their range to do it, which means if the other person is faster than you, this will happen. You're right. I didn't think about that. Guess I've never used this sort of technique on someone skilled. Then should I wait until I've gone past them and throw a needle behind me? They're pretty heavy, so they're quite powerful. And if I put some poison on them, they'd be more than enough to take down someone. We're still talking about non-lethal techniques, right? Either way, it wouldn't work. Someone skilled would sense your bloodlust and dodge immediately. Here's an idea. You use thread, right? Yep, steal my opponent's movements. And maybe you could attach your thread to your needles before you throw them. Or you could set up a bunch of thread ahead of time and aim to graze them with your weapons. You'd be able to adjust the needle's trajectory in midair, and even a skilled opponent would have trouble keeping track of their movement. Wow, mix of techniques, huh? I'm into that kind of thing. I'm in a main crossbow with a similar style of fighting. I could maybe pull it off. It won't be easy if I use both needles and the thread simultaneously. The effort will be worth it. And so the pair continued their special training. Kevin revealed several methods while concealing net weapons to Nadia, and he was also able to use several Nadia techniques as a point of reference for himself. Was she referring to Sharon? Boy, I definitely got a lot out of that. You haven't lost your touch, Mr. Heretic Hunter. If I had, I wouldn't have come back. The power to hunt, the power to hunt, the power to hunt, the power to protect are two sides of the same coin. Which is why I've never discarded my old techniques, even though I'm known as the Thousand-Hand Guardian these days. And that's so. I guess it's good to know that our past experience won't go to waste. Though I do gotta wonder, why do you feel so guilty about going back? What are you talking about? I mean, you didn't even tell that gluttonous sister where you were going when you left. Couldn't you have just been honest with her? Jeez, just how much do you know? Oh, I was right. Honestly, I thought I'd just make some guesses based on how you were acting and see what came loose. I can't ever tell when you're lying. I'm not hiding anything from Reese. When this job's done, I'm going to tell her everything. It's just... I told her beforehand and she tried to go down this path with me. She's already saved me from my past once. I won't put her through it again. So I'll wait until I'm the Thousand-Hand Guardian again and things have calmed down, and then I'll... Boo! Wrong answer. You underestimate a woman's heart. Go down this path with you. If you consider that there's more than one way to do that. No way that's someone who saved you from those abyss is simple-minded. I mean, it's hard to know without actually talking to her, but I bet she could stay by your side without succumbing to darkness. You might be surprised at her strength and flexibility.
まあ、考えてみりゃ君の言う通りや。結局のところ、俺は影の国であったことを繰り返すのが申し訳ないと思っただけかもしれへん。実際、あいつはそないやわでも単純でもない。戻って報告したらどやされるやろな。
やっぱりそうなんだ。まあ分かればよろしい。せいぜい素直に謝っていいもの食わせてやるといいのだ。
えいと。さすがに女心のこととなりゃ。
Has Reese ever made an appearance outside of Sky the Third, aside from like still images? I think she appeared in a... Did she appear at the very end of Cold Steel 4 with the true ending with the prince's wedding? I can't remember. I don't know if Kevin appeared in that. I can't remember. I want to say Reese did make some form of appearance, whether it's through flashbacks or a still image. I can't remember where though. But if not, she's like the only character that hasn't actually like shown her face since since Sky the Third.
まあ、
I really can't
それと
remember.
は別に進展くらい向こうも望んでると思うけどね。せっかくの機会なんだし、謝るついでに期待に応えてあげちゃったら？
だから君はどこまで？ああ、もうそれはそれやって。
Now he continued to mock Kevin, and afterwards he re-examined his own determination and mental state. Alright. Oh, what else?
さて、ネギ神父さんの覚悟の一端見せてもらったけど、この先どうなるにせよ、なあちゃんたちなりに最後まで関わらせてもらおうかな。
Oh, okay, that's good. That's good, I guess. Sweet. All right. I can probably do like one of these little events here. Hey, you do. What's up? You came. Sorry to call you guys all the way here. It was no big deal. Just wondering why you asked me us here at a train station of all places. Thinking of Tharbad, are you? That's right. Finished up what I was doing here for a client of mine, so now I'm off. Specifically to work somewhere in the capital. Anyway, sorry to do this on our way out, but we got info on that request you made yesterday. And the thing you asked us about at the club. So you two ran into each other, huh? That must have been a hoot. Why were we talking business in a strip club? Because dirty old men will be dirty old men. I'm not old. Oh, come on. You're not even that much younger than I am. We could be siblings. Why does being referred to as old bother you so much? Perhaps because our friend here is the cusp of what they call a midlife crisis. Look who's talking, Mr. 32. Whoa. Can't believe you guys actually found anything. Rumors, gossip, whispers on the wind. That's what you're asking about, right? Along with some of the stuff about Vegas Films and their little festival last year, yeah. There was one story that stuck out to me in particular, though. And it just so happens to be about a certain irrigation project. There's a story involved so-called Hocus Pocus. In a way, yes. See, according to our sources, Professor Hamilton came to Tharbad with a bunch of laborers 20 years ago to take a look at the oasis. Apparently, they were able to determine pretty quickly that what was causing it to dry up. So they managed to pinpoint the source of the problem to somewhere out in the desert. And before anyone knew it, there was water in the oasis again. It was like there was never a problem in the first place. Everyone we talked to was at the site 20 years ago, and they all said the same exact thing. It was like magic. Magic, huh? So, we were right to ask about Hocus Pocus. But aren't there people in the Empire who can use magic? Indeed there are. Witches, they're called. I'm not sure if the professor shares their blood, however. Doubt it. Though I'm not surprised witnessing a miracle like that had people wondering. Specifically not when nobody seems to know how she pulled it off. Apparently the professor came back to check on the oasis status pretty regularly. But we aren't able to find anyone who could say they've seen maintenance workers or other laborers into the desert recently. Honestly, I feel like the more we looked into her and what she was doing, the more interesting things got. Thanks, guys. Can't believe how much you were able to find in a single night. This stuff should give us a better perspective on what exactly Arkwright was doing with Tharbad last year, too. Well, you weren't the only one who lucked out here. Also found a few extra tidbits of info for ourselves. Should make for a nice souvenir for a friend of ours. Anyway, I think that data will give you enough work off for now. So you can find your target, I mean. Figured you two would put that piece together. Doesn't sound like you're too sure of the details just yet, though. Guess you stop before you can get the full picture. Both for your sake and ours. After all, you would have dragged us right into this mess of yours if we hadn't. Or am I wrong? Would you have? Well, what can I say? Always has to have a good source of information on your side. Plus, it's not like I wouldn't have upped your pay, you know, for crawling through the mud with us. And it wouldn't have been enough, not by a long shot. Look, Kevin, we know you. You'll be all gung-ho about getting the job done one second and filled with regret the next. And frankly, even if we were to help, watching your sad mug mope around for a few weeks doesn't sound like my idea of a good time. Which is why, this go-around, we're giving you the info we paid for us and leaving it at that. Sure. Anyway, looks like it's about time we get going. See you around, Kevin. Try not to be too reckless, alright? If not for your own good, for the girls. Got it. You guys be careful, too. They give us a lot of good intel. No kidding. Guess they call them pros for a reason. By the way, Jack, said something to take care of somewhere around the capital, right? Wonder what he was talking about. Wasn't our place to ask. About that, or the friend they're giving their little souvenir to. Man, them connections can be a real pain in the ass sometimes, huh? They seem to kind of worried about you, Kevin. Seems the threads of fate truly are entwined to us all. At any rate, the information we received would be useful indeed. We should be able to use it to continue our investigation. Good grief. Well, I think we should be good now, especially with all the intel we got. I think it's about time we head for the Aljamira. Where Marianne the princess are staying, right? Yep. They said they'd be heading back there once they were finished at the hammam. To have a meeting with someone, I think. And since they were so kindly invited us to stop by whensoever we please, I doubt they'll mind a quick hello. Considering the group will within almost certainly possess the information we seek, we should be assured to have our cards in hand before making our approach, no? You're probably right. After all, I've heard the princess has got a pretty keen eye. And seeing as Elzheim owes Professor Hamilton so much, well, personally, I just want to see if we can get the princess to spill the beans, without her catching on to us. Here's helping. Alright, let's head over there once we finish our other business. Alright, I'm gonna wrap it up here, because we're getting close to time, so when we come back, we'll head out to the hotel and then see what information we can dig into. So, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you then. Later.